As I pointed out in my series of studies in the book of Revelation, which is available here on our Theopolis YouTube channel and elsewhere, Revelation is organized by four main visions. Each of the visions is marked by I was in the Spirit, or someone is in the Spirit, and something happens. There's a new vision marked out by being in spirit. John is on Patmos and he sees Jesus in vision. He's in the Spirit on Patmos and he sees Jesus, and Jesus dictates the letters to the seven churches. Then in spirit, he's caught up into the heavens and he sees Jesus as the Lamb who ascends into the heavens to receive the book and to begin opening the seals of the book. You have a long section that's a heavenly vision. The third vision is the vision of the wilderness, where John is taken out into the wilderness, where he sees the terrifying harlot city, the terrifying beast that she rides on, and then sees the fall of that city and the dismemberment of the beast, the triumph of the Lamb over the beast that's taking place in the wilderness. So the false bride is revealed in the third vision. And then the true bride is revealed in the final vision, beginning in chapter 21. John is taken up on a mountain, a very high mountain, and he sees the heavenly city, Jerusalem, dressed as a bride descending from heaven. One of the key moments in the third vision, the vision in the wilderness, is the fall of the harlot city. The harlot falls, and we have an entire lengthy chapter of Revelation, chapter 18, that's devoted entirely to recording the laments that both the residents of Babylon and the patrons of the harlot Babylon, they're lamenting over the city. The kings of the earth are lamenting because this city has fallen. The people who are residing in the city are lamenting because the city has fallen. But at the same time that there's lament on earth, there is joy in heaven. And a voice cries out from heaven, "Rejoice, because fallen is Babylon the Great. The great enemy of the saints has fallen. The harlot city that's been drinking the blood of the saints has become drunk, stumbled around, and finally fallen." You have that contrast between the lamentation of the residents of Babylon and the rejoicing and the praise of the residents of heaven. And it's in that context that we hear an invitation to the marriage supper of the Lamb. It's in the context of the fall of Babylon and the rejoicing of heaven over the fall of Babylon, which puts an interesting gloss on our understanding of what's happening in the marriage supper of the Lamb. The marriage supper of the Lamb is, among other things, a celebration of the harlot's fall. It's a feast that celebrates the fall of the city that drinks the blood of the saints, the city that is the enemy of the saints. And that was true when the marriage supper of the Lamb began, when the Lord's Supper was instituted, and early Christians were celebrating the marriage supper of the Lamb, anticipating the final marriage supper of the Lamb, when the bride is fully formed and descends from heaven, and heaven and earth are united. They're anticipating that, but already on earth we're celebrating the marriage supper of the Lamb. But from the first century to now, the marriage supper of the Lamb is both a celebration of the joy of the Lamb's marriage, and also a celebration of the joy of the fall of Babylon. Babylon, the city that drank the blood of the saints in the first century, is long gone. But there have been many Babylons and many cities, many peoples who have drunk the blood of the saints. What we're celebrating when we come to the Lord's table is the overthrow of every single one of those Babels. Every Babel of the past has fallen. Every Babel of the present will fall. There will be Babels in the future. There will be cities that rise up against the saints to drink our blood. And already now, we know that they're going to fall. We're celebrating the marriage supper of the Lamb, which is also the feast of celebration of the harlot's demise.